They thought they could outrun the sirens, but speed has no mercy. These dashcam chases show what happens when adrenaline takes control and reason disappears. Watch closely, because sometimes the line between pursuit and chaos is only a heartbeat away. With every unpredictable turn, the pressure increased, but the Brazilian officers refused to let the suspect's panic dictate their response. While he relied on speed and reckless maneuvers, they maintained control, kept their distance, and waited for the right moment.
Isso aí foi bonito.
That restraint mattered. Instead of forcing an immediate confrontation on crowded streets, officers applied steady psychological pressure while working to reduce the danger to nearby residents and motorists. The pursuit ended only after the rider lost control, allowing officers to move in and secure the situation. It was not luck or aggression that brought the chase to an end, but patience, coordination, and disciplined decision-making. In the end, the lesson was simple. Reckless confidence can disappear in a single turn, but the legal and personal consequences may last far longer. One impulsive decision can place an entire future at risk, and everyone else on the road along with it.
Acabou, né? Acabou.
Ah, senhor, eu tô com medo da minha mulher, senhor. Prende essa nada, senhor. Calma. Fiquei assustado. Você me perdoa? Perdão?
Filho, negócio é o seguinte.
Two people on a motorbike, neither wearing helmets, accelerated the moment they spotted GCM Mosquito officers. In the maze of narrow alleys at night, they weaved through tight corners, cutting dangerously close at intersections barely wide enough for a single vehicle. The climax came when the bike recklessly plunged down a steep staircase. The violent jolt threw the passenger off, yet both kept fleeing even as emergency lights flashed, a clear sign that panic had overpowered reason. On the police side, the pursuit unit maintained spatial control, avoiding direct ramming, using soft lane blocks and safe cornering to narrow escape routes while keeping a protective corridor for civilians. The chase ended when the suspects were forced to the curb and safely restrained. Lesson learned. Speed might save you from a sharp turn, but it won't save you from the legal consequences of reckless riding. No helmet and defying orders. A motorcycle pursuit through crowded Brazilian streets gives officers very little margin for error. The fleeing rider can fit through spaces a patrol vehicle cannot, change direction without warning, and disappear behind buildings within seconds. That is why controlled pursuit is more than simply following the suspect. Officers must read traffic flow, predict escape routes, communicate positions, and avoid becoming the cause of a second emergency. Every decision must consider the rider, the passenger, other motorists, and pedestrians. The GCM officers maintained enough pressure to prevent the motorcycle from disappearing, yet they did not appear to turn the pursuit into a reckless contest. When the collision occurred, they moved quickly to secure the driver rather than allowing the confusion of the crash to create another escape attempt. The passenger was later located, and officers reportedly confirmed that the motorcycle was stolen and had its identification numbers removed. The arrest was not produced by speed alone. It came from persistence, coordination, and the ability to remain focused while the fleeing rider's options continued to collapse. The narrow streets were supposed to give this rider an advantage. Instead, they became part of the trap. Motorcycle patrol officers followed him through a maze of neighborhood roads and tight alleys as he repeatedly refused to stop. The rider tried to use the motorcycle's speed and mobility to create distance, but every turn reduced his margin for error. Then the escape suddenly collapsed. The motorcycle went down in the roadway, and rather than surrender, he abandoned it and continued running on foot. Officers caught up with him moments later near a local residence or business marked by a yellow gate.
Busca a moto, vilão. Busca a moto. Deita. Se afasta.
A pursuit does not truly end when the suspect stops running. It ends when officers secure the person, protect the surrounding community, and restore order to the scene. The rider gained only a few moments of distance, but each decision to keep fleeing increased the danger, the consequences, and the number of people drawn into the incident.
Vem, filho, levanta. Eu nem vi vocês, certo? Não, filho, olha pra mim aqui, ó. Tá tudo gravado, beleza? Então o bagulho é o seguinte, você chamou, tio. Você chamou nós. Não, filhão. Então, para de ficar estendendo a conversa.
One twist of the throttle turned a routine motorcycle stop into a fast-moving emergency. When the rider refused to pull over, the RomuCam/GCM officers followed through the streets on motorcycles of their own. Their advantage was not simply speed, it was mobility, visibility, and the ability to maintain pressure without losing control of the pursuit. The rider continued accelerating until the motorcycle finally slipped from underneath him. The bike scraped across the pavement in a trail of sparks, throwing both the driver and his female passenger onto the roadway. The officers immediately shifted tactics, from pursuit to scene security. They closed the distance, issued direct commands, and kept the situation controlled before anyone could run or make another unpredictable move.
Qual que é o breu da moto? Qual que é o breu da moto? Por que você correu?
Emocionado.
Vira aí. Era você ter trocado ideia. Aí, ó, o prejuízo que você deu pra sua mina, o prejuízo que você deu pra você.
According to the rider, he panicked because the motorcycle's documents or taxes were overdue. That explanation reveals the real irony. Fear of a relatively manageable problem created a far more dangerous situation. One motorcycle can turn an entire roadway into a danger zone. As the rider cuts through city traffic, runs red lights, and forces his way through narrow gaps, every commuter nearby becomes part of a pursuit they never chose to enter. The rider may be watching the police car behind him, but the greatest threat is developing directly ahead. On the interstate, the margin for error becomes even smaller. At high speed, a lane change is no longer a simple movement. It is a decision affecting several vehicles at once. A driver braking unexpectedly, a car entering from a ramp, or one misjudged gap could trigger consequences far beyond the fleeing rider and the pursuing officer. That is why police pursuits are not only contests of speed. They are moving public safety calculations. Officers must weigh the need to follow against the danger created around them. Whatever caused the initial attempt to stop this rider, fleeing multiplied the risk. A private decision quickly became a threat shared by everyone on the road. At first, this looks like a routine stop. Then the suspect accelerates and the entire map changes. Which street will he choose? Will traffic open a path or suddenly close it? That uncertainty is what makes an urban pursuit so dangerous. Officers must prepare for a decision the fleeing driver has not made yet. The suspect's movements become increasingly erratic as GCM units stay close and coordinate ahead. Psychologically, flight often creates tunnel vision. The driver focuses on the next gap, the next corner, and the next few seconds, while losing awareness of pedestrians, cross-traffic, and the legal consequences building behind him. Eventually, coordinated patrols reduce the available space and force the chase toward its final decision point. When the suspect reportedly resists or creates an immediate threat, officers act decisively to bring the situation under control. The twist is that every attempt to gain freedom actually removes another option. What began as a traffic stop ends as a serious arrest, because the suspect kept choosing escalation. the officers maintained visual contact while repeatedly reporting streets, directions, and position changes over the radio. Those updates allowed other units to predict the rider's path and move into blocking positions. The pursuit became less about catching up and more about removing options. When the final route disappeared, officers moved in, issued clear commands, and secured the rider quickly. Good tactics do not always look dramatic. Sometimes they simply make escape impossible.
Para, Joe, para! Deita! Deita!
At Kerr Station, Brazilian police proved why control will always be stronger than chase.
Para, Joe! Para! Tô com uma ideia!
As the reckless couple weaved through the narrow streets, the patrol team stuck to their corner pin tactic, one side applying pressure, the other blocking the exit. No collisions, no chaos, just patience and precision forcing the suspects to surrender. This story is a reminder. Running away is never a solution. It only increases the risk of losing control.
É roubado essa moto? Quem quer essa moto? É minha. Desce aí, chefe. Desce aí. Desce aí, chefe. Vamos ver quanto você quer andar. Vai, bora. Peraí, puxa. Puxando mais do...
the black Can-Am Spyder tore down Interstate 85 as if daring the law itself. No plate, no fear, just raw speed and reckless courage.
795, Atlanta 1038.
Uh, 85 northbound, Buford Highway. It's going to be a Can-Am Spyder. No 28, he's taking off on me. 1080 northbound, 85 northbound, passing Buford Highway. Coming up on 400, still 85 northbound, coming up on 400. Aviation, you able to get overhead?
When the suspect suddenly hit the throttle and fled, Officer Matthews kept his tactics sharp. Timely communication, coordinated support from above, and a perfectly chosen moment to act. Every calculated maneuver closed the chase without a trace of violence.
Atlanta, we're exiting on the Lennox, exiting on the Lennox, gonna go right on Lennox, 1050 over the curve, 1050 over the curve. Still going, crossing Lennox, back 400 northbound.
Get off of it, man. What's wrong with you? Get on the ground. Get your ass on the ground right now. Get on the ground on your face. Get on your face. Hands behind your head. Hands behind your head.
Raheem Penn, whose license had already been suspended, now faces the consequences of his own decision to run.
Anything around I-2075, 3726.
I got it.
Church up ahead of us, we're going to try and get a stop. It's a gold sports bike, has me doing about 120 at Blackwell, we're at the 104 eastbound.
On January 28, 2025, an Arkansas State Police officer clocked a silver motorcycle traveling at 105 miles per hour in Conway County. When signaled to stop, the rider accelerated instead, launching a dangerous pursuit along I-40.
Stay on the shoulder. Clear, clear, clear.
Fast from a 110 turnaround, 140 miles an hour. He's in the left lane. Clark, let everybody know if you haven't already. We're 1037, off to 124.
The motorcycle reached speeds above 140 miles per hour, weaving between tractor trailers and using the shoulder to escape. Officers maintained distance, coordinated over the radio, and adjusted their response to traffic conditions. Although they briefly lost sight of the rider, another unit located him farther east near mile marker 124.
Passing the 124, back on the interstate, he's on the shoulder, speed about full over. $120 is all I got, man.
Sergeant Gabe Monroe rejoined the pursuit as the rider, later identified as Colton Graham, continued making unpredictable maneuvers. During one hard acceleration, the motorcycle lifted into a wheelie and briefly lost speed. Officers closed the distance, and the bike struck a concrete barrier near the patrol vehicle.
We're getting there. Josh had to drive down there.
Graham abandoned it, jumped over the wall, and attempted to flee on foot, but officers quickly took him into custody. What began as a speeding violation escalated into a 140-mile-per-hour pursuit, a damaged motorcycle, and multiple criminal charges, all because the rider refused the first command to stop.
Right up here? Yeah.
You put a lot of people's lives at risk. No, don't even say anything. There ain't no excuse for what you did. You put my life at risk, his life at risk, and every one of these officers.
Caught driving aggressively, the motorcyclist panicked and chose to flee, turning a calm stretch of road into chaos, endangering innocent drivers along the way.
He's not stopping. It's going to be a...
Up to 11.
Right, he slowed down again, coming up to the 289, almost coming to a stop, and then continued again.
The deputy maintained a reactionary distance, managing pursuit speed and using spatial control to gradually box in the suspect before executing a controlled stop.
He took off ahead of me and he's slowing down now. Looks like he's getting off at the 289. Speed's about 50 now.
direct. What charges?
Just fleeing or eluding. We're still rolling slow on the off-ramp.
At the climax, the rider was subdued and immediately tried to bargain his way out by offering drug information, a textbook sign of adrenaline crash and avoidance behavior.
Where you going?
Yeah.
Put your side stand on.
Get off.
Put your side stand down. What did I do? Put your side stand down. What did I do? It's either you put your side stand down or we drive the bike. Come on, man, relax.
Get
Come
off the
on,
bike.
don't let me drive my bike. Come on, man.
Kickstands down.
Come on, let me put it down.
During transport, the suspect complained of shortness of breath and panic, prompting immediate medical evaluation before being transferred to the Flagler County Jail.
I was behind you forever, all the way from 100 all the way to here. Okay. It's all on camera.
I'm not doing anything right now.
It is.
Really?
I apologize. You did it.
No, you're
It's on camera. Clear as day.
Whatever, dog. Can I have some air, please, to breathe? Thank you. Really, that's all you give me, man? Please help me, bro.
Sit up. Come on. Get up. Get up. Sit up. Brendan, sit
I
up.
can't,
Sit
man.
up. Get out. Brendan, get
On March 29, 2023, Corporal Jed Bolyard spotted a motorcycle traveling northbound at 70 miles per hour. What began as a speeding violation quickly escalated when the rider refused to stop.
CFS clients had struck him on a truck, slowing down to 65. CFS comments had
1020, just east of 6.5 miles.
Show me your fucking hands! Show me your fucking hands! Get off the bike! CFS comments added.
The motorcyclist, later identified as Caden Franks, accelerated along Highway 23, weaving through traffic and passing vehicles in a no-passing zone. One unexpected oncoming car could have turned the pursuit into a serious public safety emergency.
Copy at Core Road.
CFS comments added.
Franks then cut through a private parking lot, entered Highway 22, and repeatedly crossed into opposing lanes and onto the shoulder. Bolyard maintained a controlled pursuit while coordinating with backup officers. Near Core Road, Franks finally stopped and was taken into custody without further incident.
Side by side being dragged by a burgundy truck with a chain, last seen south of the church on Slaytonville Road. Down and back lane.
Possibly that one you had all along the other day that was stolen from down there towards Hartford.
They said this one just occurred.
Franks was transported to the Logan County Detention Center. He faced multiple charges, including fleeing by vehicle, reckless driving, speeding, and operating a motorcycle without a helmet while under the age of 21. Fortunately, the pursuit ended before anyone was injured. At a reported 160 miles per hour, this motorcycle could outrun most patrol cars, but not...
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! On the damn ground! Get on the ground!
After exiting the highway, the rider continued onto surface streets. As he approached an intersection on Rock Springs Road, the motorcycle struck the rear of a patrol vehicle operating with its emergency lights and siren activated. One miscalculation ended the escape. Bakari A. Brine was taken into custody without further resistance and later booked on charges including speeding, reckless driving, and fleeing. The decisive advantage was not greater speed, it was aerial surveillance, coordination, and patience. The high-speed chase had your heart pounding with every breathless second, but hold your breath for what's next. Lightning-fast getaways are coming. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you won't miss a moment of the action.